I think they just came out and said that there is no Penguin 2 or Penguin Season 2. They're not doing a Penguin Season 2, or that it's not in the works right now. Dog, if y'all not doing a Penguin Season 2, then yeah, it's probably over with.
Behind the cape.
James Gunn has steadily been talking about Brave and the Bold and that not, going away. All the controversy and rumors about Matt Reeves and what he may have going on personally. The rumors about Colin Farrell being cast as Sergeant Goddamn Rock. It seems like they're trying to bury the Reeves verse. So,
which
it's really unfortunate,
why
man.
Bury a thing that's working.
It's so unfortunate because again, that is the difference between having a head director or a head creative and a studio head. A studio head looks at something that's viable and that's working, and even if the guy who's running it at the time can't pick up the baton and keep going with it, then you be a studio head and you do it. Why start over fresh when you can start with what did Batman make? Around 900 million, something like that? 900 million?
772.3 million worldwide.
Okay, that's not bad. So 732, you said?
72.
772. So around 800 million. Let's round up.
Yep.
It's about $800 million. Yeah, man, I don't even know if Superman's going to make $900 million.
There is a possibility that it won't. If it sucks, which it very well could.
It's unfortunate. It does seem like it's over. It seems like it's pretty nail in the coffin-ish over there.
And even if Superman is good, it doesn't mean that Brave and the Bold is going to be better than what Matt Reeves is coming up with.
Well, if Superman is good, people will take it on faith that he'll be able to do the Batman.
Makes sense.
Yeah. If he struggles with Superman, then that just makes the prospect of Batman even worse. So.
Just take everything from James Gunn and give it to Matt Reeves.
Or reverse. You mean take the Reeves stuff and give it to James Gunn?
No, you're saying so that Matt Reeves can be in James Gunn's universe. I'm saying, once
I
Superman
got you.
Sucks, take the DC universe
and give it to Matt Reeves. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if he has something going on with a family member or him personally. But there's been a lot of speculation about why it is he hasn't been able to complete the script for the Batman 2. So whatever it is, I hope it's not life-threatening. But
agreed.
You never know. Still don't know where Fantastic Four is going to end up. You know what? To me, Fantastic Four doesn't even control its own fate. Unfortunately, I think Jurassic Park's going to win the month, and Superman and Fantastic Four are just going to be fighting for second. I think it will be.
You think Jurassic Park's going to win?
Yeah, Jurassic Park's going to win the month for sure, but who wins second is just going to be determined on how good Superman is. If Superman flops, Fantastic Four will do well.
Yeah, but what if Superman is really good?
Then Fantastic Four is going to go to the shitter.
Oh, sure.
Because
but what if it beats Jurassic Park?
No, it's not going to beat Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is going to eat a Billy. It's going to eat a Billy.
Superman has the
one of the worst.
I don't think it will, but
one of the worst Jurassic Park movies we had seen in years. Dominion made $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they had enough good sense to say, okay, we're still at that billion mark, but we're starting to tick backwards. Let's reboot. Obviously, fan reception has tainted a bit. We're still making our money. Before we completely sully the entire audience, let's reboot and change course. Now they got a fresh new face. They've got an Academy Award winner in the cast. They got a starlet and ScarJo up there. I don't really know who the male lead
I didn't
is.
know ScarJo was going to be
Scarlett Johansson's in it.
Jurassic Park will do the Billy.
It's going to do it. It's dinosaurs. People love Jurassic Park.
Right.
People love adventure.
It's a
new movie. Yeah, dog. Jurassic Park. Easy.
Sure.
Easy.
I
Plus,
agree with that.
they don't have the reputation of being shit lately. So
facts.
In that regard, Universal is going to have a leg up on both DC and Marvel.
I think Superman has the possibility, but if it sucks, it's going to go really bad. If it's decently good, it's also going to do a Billy, I think. Just as Stamina mentioned, off-brand recognition, I think it could do a Billy.
I'm praying Gunn doesn't do Guardians of Galaxy Superman because it's the wrong brand for that. Mofly, you have no idea. You have no idea. Not only are we probably going to get Guardian Superman, but crazy. If you have any affinity for the lore, the Kryptonian lore, then buckle in, Buttercup. Buckle in.
Yeah, I have a really low as far as expectations go for Superman, and then I have a decent high, and that high is $1 billion. And the fact that there's such contrast should worry some people.
I think the fact that he showed us a 5-minute clip of that movie, and within that clip, I probably spotted 4 or 5 jokes. Just in that short amount of time. And this is not even a lighthearted moment that you showed us. It's one of the most dire moments in the entire film. Right? It is one of the more critical points, I would think. No, we don't know that for sure, but Superman beaten, bloodied, and having to be dragged by Krypto sounds like it's one of the more dire points in the movie. And so in the middle of that, not only are we playing around with the scruffy ass stray dog that you love so much because it looks like your dog, but then we're joking with the robots. You know, the robots are reiterating that they don't have emotions, and you know, we're doing it in a clever way because we still got to be funny while Superman's getting his bones reset or whatever. And it's just like, if that's where we're getting at this moment, I can only imagine what he's filled the rest of the movie with. Yeah. I can only imagine.
And I think the only reason that I'm giving it the chance to do a Billy and the chance to be good is because the DC universe is wholly dependent on this movie. I just don't think it's going to go that well for it, unfortunately.
We shall see.
I'm just not expecting it.
We will see. Again, it's going to have... Fantastic Four doesn't create its own destiny. It's on Superman. Superman can either be, you know, a rival or take some of the foot traffic away from the latter weeks of Jurassic Park and try to maximize, or it could clear the way for Fantastic Four to claim that they were successful. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, honestly, literally anything north of, I feel like, $400 million is a success for Fantastic Four, not for Marvel, but from the standpoint they would have made more than any of the other ones.
Kevin Feige announces that they did not name all of the Doomsday cast and that they just did most of them.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit?
I didn't care when you did the chair announcements. So
I'm about to say, I wasn't part of the 5.5 hour every 10-minute release of names. I didn't have time, got time for that. So I guess just print me the list out whenever you decide to do another one of them fuck ass streams, and you know, we'll read it, I guess, afterwards like a normal person.
Facts.
No reason for me to act like a fanatic.
Yeah, then the Wolverine stream too. I was like, bro, I'm not watching for 8.5 or
they
12
actually
hours.
Put that on Disney Plus. Do y'all understand that costs money? Like, to live stream something on an app or a streaming service, it's not just free because you own the service. Like, it's not, there's not a zero-sum game.
Right.
Like, you are using server capacity. People are actively working and doing it. There's a human factor to producing that content. Like, so that Wolverine can flick you off halfway through the stream?
Right.
Oh, my God.
No, thank you.
How they are misunderstanding, dog. Like, they're just... they're so far off. They are so far off. It's funny. And like, I can never really get to the point of being like, oh, well, but you know, they do got the Russos and they do got RDJ. And it's like, not with all this shit. I don't care who they got. Yeah. You can have Daniel Day-Lewis back there. But if these yahoos are running the circus, I'm still going to wait to see. Okay?
Facts.
Have fucking Marlon Brando in an MCU film. But if it's this MCU,
no, thank you. I'll pass.
Just don't know. Don't know.
Like MoFly said, no T'Challa, not interested. Like,
Who gives a shit?
Give me the T'Challa announcement, and I'll think about it.
Well, that's an interesting segue.
Oh, Coogler?
Mm-hmm.
Coogler had some words to say.
To everybody. He's been all over the place.
To any and everybody.
I love it, though. I love that he's not able to just step into the... Well, you know what? I love it and I hate it. I guess you want the man to be able to smell his flowers about sinners. But I love that people have T'Challa at the front of their mind. Ain't nobody talking about no...
Yeah, Tina called it. She said he's going to have to deal with this for like 3 to 4 more weeks.
I'm glad. Good. Let's hear some more ums and uhs. Let's hear some more. Let's talk about this laters. Or whatever he got going on. Yeah, but like I just like that it's in people's it's in the consciousness.
It is.
Right? If those people with their producing teams are getting that type of information to them, all right, hey, make sure you make a joke about this. Make sure you ask Ryan about this. Make sure you try to slide in some information about T'Challa. Make sure you poke and prod about Black Panther 3. That if it's reaching that level, then we doing our jobs.
It shows that the people care about what's going on with T'Challa.
And not just Black Panther, not just a male Black Panther. They're asking for a name, something specific.
Yep.
He had an interview with E-Man, E-Man's movie reviews,
which I didn't see.
So I don't know if he had video of it. He had a transcript, I believe. I don't know. I didn't watch the live, but I did hear the gist of what was asked.
Summarize it for me like I'm 5.
It was a very roundabout answer. We did not get a definitive yes or no on recasting T'Challa. The most pertinent part of what was said that wasn't like either patting himself on the back or, regular studio talk was that, Black Panther was $1 billion franchise. And that, it kind of ebbs and flows. I'm giving a roundabout here, but it's not. The way I took it is that I don't want to do it. That don't mean it ain't gonna happen. That's my interpretation of what got said. Mm-hmm. It ain't my lane. That's not where I'm going. But I can't tell you that he's not going to get recasted. I think he started to say that shit to Charlemagne. He started to say it ain't that he can't be recasted. But
he wanted to keep it seemingly a mystery.
Right, like he stopped himself from being like, oh, it ain't like he can't be recasted because this shit ain't mine.
He literally was
this shit ain't mine.
It can't, and then he just.
This shit don't belong to me, so I mean, if they make me, it ain't nobody made him do shit. Yeah. I think we are just taking it for granted that like this man has like power, or whether or not has anybody actually sat this man down and been like, "Hey, brother, let me holler at you for a second." You see that watermark up there? That's 1.3. That's where your first movie came in, and then down over in here. That's 850. That was the last outing. Now you can do what you want to do. Of course, Ryan, we love you. You're a great guy. But if we not somewhere back up around there where your first watermark was,
or surpassing,
this is starting to feel like a losing, endeavor. We put a lot of money into Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking money. Reshoots, getting Letitia Wright's ass back into the United States without taking the vaccine at a time where no one was supposed to be let into the country without the vaccine.
After you almost killed her in a stunt.
After we almost killed her on set, yeah. So, what are we doing? Walk me through it. Talk to me like I'm a third grader. You tell me where you want to go, and I'm going to tell you whether or not it's happening.
Yeah.
How are we not there yet? How are we not there yet? And then every failure they have from here and then on out is going to just increase the jeopardy. You know, they told everybody that all the Thunderbolts are going to survive, so that means the Century ain't about shit. They told us, or yeah, they're telling us that the Fantastic Four survive whatever ordeal they have with Galactus, so that encounter can't be about shit, unless it just means the destruction of their universe, which is more than likely. But we already knew that coming in.
Yeah,
we already knew that coming in.
Yeah,
you are taking away the stakes of the movies we still have to watch and that still have to build anticipation for Doomsday in lieu of Doomsday, to market Doomsday. They have forsaken everything in the lead up in terms of marketing for Doomsday to market Doomsday. So Doomsday better be one hell of a film. It better be one hell of a film, because it sure as hell is not going to have the benefit of earning people's faith back going into it.
I'm sure the thought has to be at some level, which is a stupid thought. I'm not saying I align with it, but that if you want to go watch Doomsday, now that you have to go watch Fantastic Four, and I don't know about Thunderbolts. It seems like they're doing more for Thunderbolts than they are Fantastic Four.
If they didn't put all the damn Thunderbolts name in the reveal, if you were going to hold people's names back, how about hold the names back in the movie where they're going up versus an insurmountable big bad, and not just signal to everybody, hey, no, it's going to be okay. Don't worry. They're all going to survive because they're all in Doomsday.
Is Thunderbolts coming out before Fantastic Four? Or is Fantastic Four coming
Thunderbolts
out?
comes out in a couple weeks, bro.
That's what it was. Okay.
Thunderbolts comes out in June.
Movie was coming out next week. I just couldn't remember which one it was.
June. A little over a month, I believe.
Okay.
Is that right? Is it May? It may be May.
One of them comes out, I think, in May. Another one comes out.
Thunderbolts is May, and then Fantastic Four is July.
Yeah. Also, Chillmonger mentioned the radio caller that mentioned Toussaint on Sway.
The radio caller was from Haiti, and he was asking why he named the son Toussaint. It wasn't a, hey, are you aging up Toussaint and making him the new Black Panther? It isn't, hey, when are we going to see Toussaint again? It was, hey, you were shouting us out, right, with that name, right? Toussaint Louverture? Yeah, that's what it was. Damn. Ain't nobody thinking about that boy. Nobody, because as much as we would have liked to believe, or not even like to believe, as much as we did believe that we might have been losing this argument online with people, I think this is a pretty strong notion against that. They're not even asking about Shuri, bro.
No.
Ain't nobody said a single word about Shuri.
Yet her name came up in that cast.
Fighting with this tooth and nail for Shuri at the time. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, so when Black Panther coming back? When you doing that again? But you don't want to recast T'Challa. T'Challa? When is T'Challa coming back? Okay, we'll come back when y'all got more T'Challa.
Yeah, chill. I think they're not referring to him as T'Challa Jr. because the point of that was to mention Toussaint specifically.
Toussaint. They wanted to talk about the name Toussaint because he was from Haiti.
Yeah.
And when people are thinking about Black Panther, they have T'Challa in their mind. Mm-hmm. And even it's seeming like to me even more so than what was previously anticipated to be. Yeah. I think the general thought was going to be that the normie audience would take whatever man comes into that suit. A lot of people who still take that opinion. However, if the Breakfast Club and iHeartRadio know enough to say T'Challa, if Shannon Sharp and whatever team of producers he has working with him on Nightcap know enough to mention T'Challa,
right? Especially them.
It's not this man ain't sat down with Van Lathan. Yeah. This man ain't sat down with actual comic book readers, real comic book readers. Mm-hmm. He hasn't donned a comic book podcast.
These are the casuals.
These are casual MCU viewers. The one that y'all tell me is gonna flock to Doomsday, flock to Fantastic Four.
The ones who probably went and seen Wakanda Forever.
Whatever Black Panther representation you throw out there are asking about the King. That's got to count for something in terms of messaging. Yeah. Now, like I said, Pantheon on Thursday, everything is going to be bad news for us until we get the news.
Yep.
So still dig your feet in. Don't take it for anything that it's not, because it's not done until it's done. Until it's done. But I continue to look at the arrogance of the situation to say, oh, well, I've made all this money off of this franchise. So like that is, whew,
Yeah.
that is taking a step back. Like, let's eliminate the fact that you black, number one, sir. let's stop. Let's set that to the side for a second, because everybody knows what that is. Bo DeMaio will tell you what that is.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you act as if there aren't a laundry list of directors who've made infinitely more money than you under the Disney umbrella that got the boot. Is Joss Whedon still working at Marvel? Ryan Coogler made more money than Joss Whedon? Is Spider-Man, Sam Raimi. Ryan Coogler made more money than Sam Raimi?
Not with Wakanda Forever.
Is Ryan Coogler period in his career?
Oh yeah, no.
Is Ryan Coogler making more money than James Gunn?
No.
Fired his ass and brought him back.
Right.
Like, I make a lot of money for this company kind of thing. It works to a certain degree, but it works better when you're at the top of the food chain.
And it also works when your most recent effort made more money. And
I think he's very confident in what he has in Sinners. I think he's very confident.
Well, no,
maybe he should be.
The Marvel movies. But
yeah, you're right. I mean, I know that about Wakanda Forever, but in his mind, Sinners is his most current. Sinners is what's going to be his most recent thing in people's minds. So he must be very confident to be talking like that. Be talking about the dollars he made. You know, most directors don't lead with that.
Right.
They don't. Most artists don't lead with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, well, no, I ain't gonna do that to him. But it just, that's not something that you typically hear. And when you do hear it, it's usually from a guy that you don't think twice about the numbers.
Yeah.
Cameron, Spielberg,
The people who do it for quality don't usually talk about numbers. And Coogler, up to this point, always made it seem like he was more of a quality movie type guy.
Well, but also it's just like, it's a weird flex not to be the biggest guy in the room. It's like the guy who drives a Prius asking everybody what they drive.
It's like DeMar DeRozan in a room with LeBron James and
Kevin Durant and Giannis, and now he trying to big dog everybody. How many points you score?
How many rings you got?
Hey, yo, relax, Debo. Wrong room. Wrong room.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.